At the dawn of the 20th century, there were still blank spaces on the map, places untouched by modern man, holding secrets as old as time itself. This is the story of Colonel Percy Fawcett in the lost city of Z. This is the story of one of the last great explorers, a man who ventured into the world's most dangerous jungle in search of a lost civilization, and who, in his quest for a myth, became a legend himself. Percy Harrison Fawcett was a British surveyor, soldier, and spy. He was a man forged from a different era, incredibly tough, both physically and mentally. He possessed an almost superhuman endurance. It was a journey into the very heart of the Amazon rainforest. In the early 1900s, the Royal Geographical Society sent him on a mission to map the uncharted border between Brazil and Bolivia. For years, Fawcett trekked through this green hell. He survived deadly diseases, encounters with anacondas and piranhas, and tense standoffs with uncontacted indigenous tribes. But during his expeditions, he found something that sparked an obsession. Each one ended in failure, forcing him to turn back due to starvation or hostile encounters. In 1925, at the age of 57, he decided to mount one final, definitive expedition. He discovered pieces of ancient, sophisticated pottery in remote areas, far from any known civilization. He also heard tales from local tribes about a mysterious, ancient city of white stone and shining light, hidden deep within the jungle. These stories fueled his imagination. They believed in the lost city of Z as much as he did. Their mission was to find Z or die trying. Back in Europe, he found a document in the archives of Rio de Janeiro known as Manuscript 512. It was written by a Portuguese explorer in the 18th century. They left the last outpost of civilization behind them. The expedition vanished. Percy Fawcett, his son Jack, and Raleigh Rommel walked into the jungle and never walked out. They believed the Amazon was too harsh to support a large, complex society. But Fawcett was undeterred. His obsession had taken hold. The manuscript described the discovery of a magnificent, ruined stone city in the heart of the Brazilian jungle. But as the years passed with no word, the world began to worry. He believed it was the true source of the El Dorado legends. A small group of 3 men would have been a vulnerable target. They claimed to have killed 3 white explorers who had treated them disrespectfully. Was this the answer? They could have starved, or died from a tropical disease like malaria. For Fawcett, this was the final proof he needed. He became convinced that a great, advanced civilization had once existed in the Amazon, a civilization he named Z. His scientific colleagues in London ridiculed him. In the Amazon, death can come quickly, and from many different directions. The evidence is all circumstantial, and having found his paradise, he chose to stay there, living out the rest of his days. He was one of the last of the great Victorian explorers. For decades, a succession of explorers and adventurers would venture into the Amazon, trying to solve the mystery. He launched several expeditions to find his lost city, each one more dangerous than the last. But each failure only strengthened his resolve. He knew he was close. The jungle seemed to swallow them all, a puzzle with a jungle at its heart. This time, he would travel light and fast. He chose only 2 companions. His own 21-year-old son, Jack Fawcett, and Jack's best friend, Raleigh Rommel. They were both young, strong, and completely loyal to Fawcett's vision. In April of 1925, the trio ventured into the Xingu region of Brazil, an area that was, and still is, largely unexplored. From there, they sent back a series of dispatches via native runners. Their letters were filled with optimism and excitement. They were making good progress. A story of a man who walked off the map and into legend. On May 29, 1925, Fawcett sent his final message, carried by a runner who would be the last person from the outside world to see them alive. The letter described their location and their next move. Fawcett's final written words were full of confidence. You need have no fear of any failure. After that last dispatch, there was only silence. At first, there was no major alarm. Fawcett had warned that he might be gone for a year or more. The disappearance of the world-famous explorer became a global sensation. What had happened to Percy Fawcett? The press was filled with wild speculation. The Royal Geographical Society launched the first of many search parties. These rescue missions became a tragedy in their own right. It is estimated that over 100 people died or disappeared while looking for Fawcett's lost expedition. Dozens of theories emerged to explain the trio's fate. The most straightforward, and most likely, is that they were killed by a hostile indigenous tribe. The area they entered was home to tribes known for being unwelcoming to outsiders. In the 1950s, a story emerged from the Kalapalo tribe. Another theory is that the 3 men simply succumbed to the perils of the jungle. Or perhaps they had an accident, like a venomous snake bite or a jaguar attack. But a more romantic and enduring theory has always persisted. It's the theory that Fawcett himself would have likely preferred. This theory suggests that Percy Fawcett actually found his lost city of Z. He may have decided to protect its location from the outside world, vanishing deliberately to keep his great discovery a secret forever. We will likely never know for sure. No boaties, no equipment, and no definitive proof of their fate has ever been discovered. Percy Fawcett's story is a powerful tale of obsession and the human desire to explore the unknown. He was a man who believed in a dream so strongly, he was willing to sacrifice everything for it, including his own life and the life of his son. The mystery of what he found, or what found him, in the Amazon continues to fascinate us to this day. Whether the lost city of Z was real or just a fantasy, it became the siren song that led a legendary explorer to his doom, and it left the world with one of the greatest, most enduring unsolved mysteries of the 20th century.